Before we get into these new knives, Kansept has an amazing Black Friday sale going on right now, and I have an extra 10% discount code on top of an already awesome sale. For example, this is the Kansept Goblin XL with a titanium frame lock, titanium mill pocket clip and backspacer, S35VN, fidget factors 10 out of 10 on this thing, and it is going for 40% off right now. With my discount, 50% off. 50% off for this thing. That's pretty much like $100, which is absolutely insane. So there's tons of other stuff on sale on there. The Fenrir's on sale. They got some entities. Now, the thing is my discount code, you can stack them on any of the sale items, but you can't use them on anything that's not on sale. So as long as it's on sale, you can stack the 10% discount code on top of it. I will put the discount code right next to the link down in the description for you guys. Make sure you go through all the pages that are on the Black Friday sale, because there's multiple different pages. And like, for example, this one, there was 3 or 4 different color options, but they were all on different pages. So make sure you go through all the pages to see, you know, the different variations and everything. So let's get to this video. This is the Kansept KTC3. Now, I have already featured the affordable version of this, which I liked. I like this thing a lot. Now, I know it's not going to be everybody's style, but it's actually quite a bit better than you'd probably think. It has this beautiful hawkbill blade. Now, I know it's a dual grind that doesn't really play any part in anything, but it does help trap materials when you're slicing. The utility cuts are just absolutely insane. And this little ridge right there allows you to get your finger on it. The handle is chunky. It's a small, short, chunky handle, but because of the thickness and the width, like, it really fills out the palm. It feels, you know, it's a self-defense knife, and you can kind of tell, like, it's made to not be stripped out of your hand, but in your hand, man, it's very difficult to get out because it's rock solid in my hand. Now, it has multiple forms of deployment. This one does have a titanium mill pocket clip and 154 cm steel liners, G10. It comes in a few different other options. This one is the titanium frame lock option with S35VN blade steel. So it has, again, flipping action, which works great. It has a downward swept flipper, but man, they tune the detent to where it just works out really, really well. And it's amazing that the detent is so strong for the flipper tab, but yeah, the reverse flick still works great, or thumb flick. So you do have these little ridges right here that you can use for the reverse flick, and it works very, very well. The titanium is slightly contoured. It's got some chamfers around the edges. Again, it's very, very comfortable. The spoon clip, you know, you can see how it kind of spoons out. It's unique, it's cool, it works well, so no problems with that. Standoffs on the backspacer, or for a backspacer, lots of milling on the inside to bring down the weight. And then, you know, like I said, the dual grind is not really going to play too much of a part, you know, like, yeah, I guess you could say if you were really, like, if you were whittling some wood or something, you might want to use this section, but I don't think it'll matter. And for what this knife's going to be used for, you're never going to notice the difference, because I know some people like dual grinds and some people don't. So I would just say that it's not going to play an effect in any way, shape, or form by having it. It's mostly just for style, at least in this case. So pretty damn cool, though. And this was one that, like I said, I've liked ever since the budget version. I've been wanting to get the titanium one. Good access to the lock bar, by the way, really good access. Kansept usually does do a good job with that. Very smooth on the drop. And yeah, it's a cool little compact self-defense knife that's also going to be great, amazing for EDC. So, some nitpicks really quick, some negatives. One, sharpen control and plunge grind, yeah, that's not that great. It needs a better plunge grind. Now, I know people are going to argue because it's a self-defense knife, you don't want to get nothing caught right there. You want to be able just to go right into the cut, you know, without being worried about catching anything right there. And I do get that. So on this knife, I could say, you know, yeah, it's passable because of that reason. However, I just think you should just do a better plunge grind, move the end of the plunge grind back, separate it a little bit. You know, you can still make it to where nothing's going to get caught on it. The next nitpick would be T6s. I wish it was T8s all the way around. It's a premium knife. Just do T8s all the way around. And then my last thing is I wish the flipper tab had a little bit of texture on it. It's a little slippery. Now, it's not bad, and you know, it's still easy to flip, and it flips very, very well. but I have found myself slipping off of it here and there, and it'd be nice if it just had a little bit more traction. Now with any frame lock, keep your fingers off the lock bar, especially the top of it, because you can lock yourself out. But anyways, that's just a few little nitpicks, no deal breakers, but you know, just a couple negatives. So the KANSEPT RAFE. This is a small compact knife that's actually pretty cool. It does come in different versions, different color options. They have titanium, they have other fat carbon fibers. There's a lot of different versions of this. I'm not sure if the titanium's a frame lock or if it's a liner. I think it might be a liner with titanium scales, but I could be wrong. You can check out the link down in the description. But what's really cool is it has basically, well, I don't know if this is really cool, but it's kind of cool. It has a bottle opener on the S35 VN blade. So you can use this, and the way it's positioned and, you know, it being on the spine right there, it doesn't, you know, you don't have no threat of the blade popping out like that, you know, with the leverage you're gonna do. So it actually seems like it'd work well. I don't know if it was just for a design and it just happens to work like that, or if that was intentional. It seems like it'd be intentional. Now, I imagine you could also use it as a wave feature out of your pocket. Not that this is a self-defense knife or anything, but you probably could. Like I said, the blade steel's S35 VN, sheep's foot blade. It has this nice fuller. You can reverse flick. Then you also have flipper tab and the front flipper. Very, very fidgety, and also very, very smooth. You don't expect this thing to be as smooth as it is. It is very, very smooth. Well-tuned detent for all deployments. You got the front flipper right here. I usually prefer different jimping, but this one, they did put jimping up top actually. But this one, you know, works well. It works pretty well. But usually you want smaller jimping, not this big, thick jimping. But it actually works for this particular model. I would say don't ever do this on any other model like this with the big, thick jimping. But in this case, it actually worked. Then you have a regular flipper that has nothing, no jimping or nothing on there. It's just rounded, but it's comfortable and it works. It's actually pretty unique if you think about it. And then it hides itself when it's opened, so you're not gonna have to worry about it being in your way. That's pretty damn cool. The blue fat carbon fiber looks gorgeous. Look at that. I love it. I think it looks beautiful. Titanium milled pocket clip, titanium back spacer. Liner lock has good access to it. Like I said, extremely, extremely smooth. You don't expect it to be this smooth. Like, it is very, very smooth because it's such a small blade. You can thumb flick it, but it's easier to do the reverse flick. The top flipper you can wrap all the way around and lock in place from a slow roll. Ergonomics, you know, it's compact, it's small. You know, it's a tiny knife, or not tiny, it's a small knife. It's a 3-finger knife if you don't choke up. If you choke up, you can get all 4 on there. Mostly a pinch grip knife, something you're gonna be using like this, and you know, using like that. So pretty cool. So negatives, if I had any negatives to say about this, sharpening tool and plunge grind. Come on guys, give us a better plunge grind. The plunge grind's horrible on this. You see it starts here and it ends here. We want a plunge grind like they did on the KANSEPT Convict, where the end of the plunge grind is separated from the edge. See, this one starts here and it ends right at the edge. So that thickness of the blade stock tapers down to the edge. So now when you sharpen it, you're gonna sharpen into this and it'll look nasty. Now, is it a deal breaker? No, not at all. And you could always just add in your own choil in the future. Granted, this is a coated blade, so this is gonna, you know, show more than, say, a non-coated blade. By the way, you can reverse flick it left-handed because it's obviously a liner lock. So the clip's not reversible though. My next little nitpick would be T6s. Just give me T8s all the way around. We don't need T6s no more, especially on a premium knife. Which, you know, this would be considered a high mid-tier, you know, low premium. I guess if you got the titanium one, it might be considered premium. But even fat carbon fiber is premium. So I'm going to call it premium. So for a premium knife, yeah, I would rather have T8s. Other than that, you know, it's either your style or not. You know, it's either really cool to you and you like the look of it or not. But other than those 2 little nitpicks, everything else is pretty solid on that. You know, you can't push button the flipper tab because, you know, the front flipper will come around and hit you, but a light switch, you know, is nice and comfortable. Ooh, The flipper tab's nice and comfortable, so the light switch works really, really well. So anyways, there you guys go. Like I said, make sure you check out the Concept link down in the description with the discount code right next to it so you can save yourself some money buying some very, very affordable Concepts right now. So there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.